Bemidbar, Numbers chapter 13. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, Send men to spy out the land of Canaan, which I am giving to the children of Yisrael. Send one man from each tribe of their fathers, every one a leader among them. And by the command of Yahuah, Moshe sent them from the wilderness of Paran, all of them men who were heads of the children of Yisrael. And these were their names: from the tribe of Reuven, Shemuai son of Zekur; from the tribe of Shimon, Shaphat son of Horai; from the tribe of Yehudah, Caleb son of Jephunneh; from the tribe of Yissaschar, Yig'eel son of Yoseph; from the tribe of Ephraim, Hoshea son of Nun; from the tribe of Benjamin, Peltai son of Rephu; from the tribe of Zebulun, Gediel son of Sodai; from the tribe of Yoseph, from the tribe of Manasseh, Gedai son of Susai; from the tribe of Dan, Amiel son of Gemalai; from the tribe of Asher, Setur son of Michael; from the tribe of Naphtali, Nachbai son of Wophsai; from the tribe of Gad, Geuel son of Micah. These are the names of the men whom Moshe sent to spy out the land. And Moshe called Hoshea the son of Nun Yehoshua. And Moshe sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, and said to them, Go up here into the Negev, and go up to the mountains, and see what the land is like, and the people who dwell in it, whether strong or weak, whether few or many, and whether the land they dwell in is good or evil, whether the cities they inhabit are in camps or strongholds, and whether the land is rich or poor, and whether there are forests there or not. And you shall be strong, and bring some of the fruit of the land. Now the time was the season of the first fruits of grapes. So they went up and spied out the land from the wilderness of Sin as far as Rehob, near the entrance of Hamath. And they went up through the Negev and came to Hebron. And Ahiman, Sheshai, and Telmai, the descendants of Anak, were there. Now Hebron had been built 7 years before Zoan in Mitzrayim. And they came to the Wadi Eshcol, and cut down from there a branch with one cluster of grapes, and they bore it between 2 of them on a pole, also of the pomegranates and of the figs. That place was called the Wadi Eshcol because of the cluster which the men of Yisrael cut down from there. And they returned from spying out the land after 40 days. And they went and came to Moshe and Aharon and all the congregation of the children of Yisrael in the wilderness of Paran at Kadesh. And they brought back word to them and to all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. And they reported to him and said, We went to the land where you sent us, and truly it flows with milk and honey, and this is its fruit. But the people who dwell in the land are strong, and the cities are walled and very great. And we saw the descendants of Anak there too. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the Negev, while the Hittites and the Jebusites and the Amorites dwell in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwell by the sea and along the banks of the Yarden. And Caleb silenced the people before Moshe and said, Let us go up at once and take possession, for we are certainly able to overcome it. But the men who had gone up with him said, We are not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. And they gave the children of Yisrael an evil report of the land which they had spied out, saying, The land through which we have gone as spies is a land eating up its inhabitants, and all the people whom we saw in it are men of great size. And we saw there the Nephilim, sons of Anak of the Nephilim. And we were like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and so we were in their eyes. Bemidbar, Numbers chapter 14. Then all the congregation lifted up their voices and cried, and the people wept that night. And all the children of Israel grumbled against Moshe and against Aharon, and all the congregation said to them, If only we had died in the land of Mitzrayim, or only if we had died in this wilderness. And why is Yahuah bringing us to this land to fall by the sword, that our wives and children should become a prey? Would it not be better for us to turn back to Mitzrayim? And they said to each other, Let us appoint a leader, and let us turn back to Mitzrayim. Then Moshe and Aaron fell on their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel. And Yehoshua son of Nun and Caleb son of Jephunneh, who were among those who had spied out the land, tore their garments, and they spoke to all the congregation of the children of Israel, saying, The land we passed through to spy out is an exceedingly good land. If Yahuah has delighted in us, then he shall bring us into this land and give it to us, a land which is flowing with milk and honey. Only do not rebel against Yahuah, nor fear the people of the land, for they are our bread. Their defense is turned away from them, and Yahuah is with us. Do not fear them. But all the congregation said to stone them with stones. Then the esteem of Yahuah appeared in the tent of appointment before all the children of Israel. And Yahuah said to Moshe, How long shall I be scorned by these people? And how long shall I not be trusted by them, with all the signs which I have done in their midst? Let me smite them with the pestilence, and disinherit them, and make you a nation greater and mightier than they. And Moshe said to Yahuah, Then the Mitzrites shall hear it, for by your power you brought these people up from their midst. And they shall say to the inhabitants of this land that they have heard that you, Yahuah, are in the midst of these people, that you, Yahuah, are seen eye to eye, and that your cloud stands above them, and you go before them in a column of cloud by day, and in a column of fire by night. Now if you shall kill these people as one man, then the nations which have heard of your report shall speak, saying, Because Yahuah was not able to bring this people to the land which he swore to give them, therefore he killed them in the wilderness. And now I pray, let the power of Yahuah be great, as you have spoken, saying, Yahuah is patient and of great kindness, forgiving wickedness and transgression, but by no means leaving unpunished, visiting the wickedness of the fathers on the children to the third and fourth generation. Please forgive the wickedness of this people, according to the greatness of your kindness, as you have forgiven this people from Mitzrayim even until now. And Yahuah said, I shall forgive according to your word, but truly, as I live, and all the earth is filled with the esteem of Yahuah, for none of these men who have seen my esteem and the signs which I did in Mitzrayim and in the wilderness, and have tried me now these 10 times, and have disobeyed my voice, shall see the land of which I swore to their fathers, nor any of those who scorned me see it. But my servant Caleb, because he has a different spirit in him, and has followed me completely, I shall bring into the land where he went, and his seed shall inherit it. Since the Amalekites and the Canaanites are dwelling in the valley, turn back tomorrow and depart into the wilderness by the way of the Sea of Reeds. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe and to Aaron, saying, How long shall this evil congregation have this grumbling against me? I have heard the grumblings which the children of Israel are grumbling against me. Say to them, As I live, declares Yahuah, as you have spoken in my hearing, so I do to you. The carcasses of you who have grumbled against me are going to fall in this wilderness, all of you who were registered according to your entire number from 20 years old and above. None of you except Caleb son of Jephunneh and Yehoshua son of Nun shall enter the land which I swore I would make you dwell in. But your little ones, whom you said would become a prey, I shall bring in, and they shall know the land which you have rejected. But as for you, your carcasses are going to fall in the wilderness, and your sons shall be wanderers in the wilderness 40 years, and shall bear your whorings until your carcasses are consumed in the wilderness, according to the number of the days in which you spied out the land, 40 days, a day for a year. a day for a year. You are to bear your wickednesses 40 years, and you shall know my breaking off. I am Yahuwah. I have spoken. I shall do this to all this evil congregation who are meeting against me. In this wilderness they are consumed, and there they die. And the men whom Moshe sent to spy out the land, who returned and made all the congregation grumble against him by bringing an evil report of the land, even those men who brought the evil report about the land, died by the plague before Yahuwah. Of those men who went to spy out the land, only Yahushua son of Nun and Caleb son of Jephunneh remained alive. And when Moshe spoke these words to all the children of Israel, the people mourned greatly. And they rose up early in the morning and went up to the top of the mountain, saying, See, we have indeed sinned, but we shall go up to the place which Yahuwah had spoken of. But Moshe said, Why do you now transgress the command of Yahuwah, since it does not prosper? Do not go up, lest you be smitten by your enemies, for Yahuwah is not in your midst. Because the Amalekites and the Canaanites are there before you, and you shall fall by the sword, because you have turned away from Yahuwah. Yahuwah is not with you. But they presumed to go up to the mountain top, but neither the ark of the covenant of Yahuwah nor Moshe left the camp. So the Amalekites and the Canaanites who dwelt in that mountain came down and smote them, and beat them down, even to Hormah. Bemidbar, Numbers chapter 15. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and say to them, When you have come into the land of your dwellings, which I am giving you, and you make an offering by fire to Yahuwah, a burnt offering or a slaughtering to accomplish a vow, or as a voluntary offering, or in your appointed times, to make a sweet fragrance to Yahuwah from the herd or from the flock, then he who brings near his offering to Yahuwah shall bring near a grain offering of 1/10 part of fine flour mixed with 1/4 of a hin of oil, and 1/4 of a hin of wine as a drink offering you prepare with the burnt offering or the slaughtering for each lamb. Or for a ram you prepare as a grain offering 2/10 parts of fine flour mixed with 1/3 of a hin of oil, and as a drink offering you bring 1/3 of a hin of wine as a sweet fragrance to Yahuwah. And when you prepare a young bull as a burnt offering, or as a slaughtering to accomplish a vow, or as a peace offering to Yahuwah, then shall be brought with the young bull a grain offering of 3/10 part of fine flour mixed with half a hin of oil, and bring as a drink offering half a hin of wine as an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Yahuwah. This is what is done for each young bull, for each ram, or for each lamb or young goat. According to the number that you prepare, so you do for each one according to their number. Let all who are native do so with them in bringing near an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Yahuwah. And when a stranger sojourns with you, or whoever is among you throughout your generations, and would make an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Yahuwah, as you do, so he does. One law is for you of the assembly, and for the stranger who sojourns with you, a law forever throughout your generations. As you are, so is the stranger before Yahuwah. One Torah and one right ruling is for you and for the stranger who sojourns with you. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and say to them, When you come into the land to which I bring you, then it shall be, when you eat of the bread of the land, that you present a contribution to Yahuwah. Present a cake of the first of your dough as a contribution of the threshing floor you present it. Of the first of your dough you are to give to Yahuwah a contribution throughout your generations. And when you sin by mistake, and do not do all these commands which Yahuwah has spoken to Moshe, all that Yahuwah has commanded you by the hand of Moshe, from the day Yahuah gave command and onward throughout your generations, then it shall be, if it is done by mistake without the knowledge of the congregation, that all the congregation shall prepare one young bull as a burnt offering, as a sweet fragrance to Yahuah, with its grain offerings and its drink offerings, according to the right ruling, and one male goat as a sin offering. Then the Kohen shall make atonement for all the congregation of the children of Israel, and it shall be forgiven them, for it was by mistake. And they shall bring their offering, an offering made by fire to Yahuah, and their sin offering before Yahuah for their mistake. And it shall be forgiven all the congregation of the children of Israel, and the stranger who sojourns in their midst, because all the people did it by mistake. And if a being sins by mistake, then he shall bring a female goat a year old as a sin offering. And the Kohen shall make atonement for the being who strays by mistake, when he sins by mistake before Yahuah, to make atonement for him, and it shall be forgiven him. For him who makes a mistake, there is one Torah, both for him who is native among the children of Israel, and for the stranger who sojourns in their midst. But the being who acts defiantly, whether he is native or a stranger, he reviles Yahuah, and that being shall be cut off from among his people, because he has despised the word of Yahuah and has broken his command. That being shall certainly be cut off. His wickedness is upon him. And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man gathering sticks on the Shabbat day. And those who found him gathering sticks brought him to Moshe and to Aaron and to all the congregation. And they put him under guard, because it had not been declared what should be done to him. And Yahuah said to Moshe, the man shall certainly be put to death, all the congregation stoning him with stones outside the camp. And all the congregation brought him outside the camp and stoned him with stones, as Yahuah commanded Moshe, and he died. And Yahuah spoke to Moshe, saying, speak to the children of Israel, and you shall say to them to make tzitzit on the corners of their garments throughout their generations, and to put a blue cord in the tzitzit of the corners. And it shall be to you for a tzitzit, and you shall see it, and shall remember all the commands of Yahuah, and shall do them, and not search after your own heart and your own eyes, after which you went whoring, so that you remember and shall do all my commands, and be Kodesh unto your Elohim. I am Yahuah, your Elohim, who brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim to be your Elohim. I am Yahuah, your Elohim.